Good morning, everyone. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. We are here. Just how are you feeling? How are you feeling this morning? Such a good morning. It's bright and shining outside. The sun has risen and it's shining on everyone, whatever it is, whether we understand one another, whether we're enemies, whether we are friends, whatever it is that we're doing, whether we are well, whether, just whatever it is, the sun does not choose. It is shining on everyone. Everyone knows that it's 8. It was 6 o'clock when the sun rose. So it's shining on everyone. Just give yourself a big, a big thumbs up that you woke up. God allowed us to wake up. And this is what we want. We want everyone to live in abundance. We want everyone to feel good. And there is enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone, regardless of what you're doing. And this is why every day we come on Tuesday to just give back to you who join us, who is our supporters on this platform. Because if you cannot hire, Dr. Sunshine, at least she gives you 30 minutes every Tuesday. And we do apologize that yesterday we couldn't give you the show because we had a lot of noise around us. We woke up like in our home, a tap burst, and all the rooms, living room, all the water came from the bathroom out to the living room, to our bedroom, to the passage, everywhere. So it was not possible even to walk there. And the person that takes on Mondays also lost a mother-in-law. So we couldn't, give you our intention of giving you financial and career on Monday. Nonetheless, we did a write-up to cover that, that session. And I hope that you had chance to read or go to our social media channels and just read what we did plan for you yesterday on 1st of June. So today is a very great day, and we're here to just sensitize you on our topic, from networking for success to influence, becoming valuable to others. That's our topic for today, becoming valuable to others. And I just say welcome to the month of June, and we say goodbye to May. And we are just here making sure that whatever it is that we want to do is going to be, it's going to be well. And what does it mean when we come from May to June? It means we have to change something. We have to change something. We have to change our dressing. We have to change the way we walk. We have to change the way we think, because it's different. You cannot come out there in a short-sleeved shirt or in something that is not making you warm. It's not possible for us to be able to, to do that. So change starts with the way you feel. How are you feeling? How are you telling your body, your mind, that I need to dress up this way? I need to do this way. It's because you have some of the things that we do, we have got no choice but to obey whatever is happening in our life. We have to obey. It's going to be cold. And because it rained so much, we really need to take care of ourselves. And that's a change. Everything that we do needs us to, to take action on something that we have got no control over. If you've got control over, you can change the weather, then go ahead and do it. But if you cannot change the weather, you just part of the people that are living in that environment. Do change yourself and obey what is going on. And this is what it is that we do. June is a fresh opportunity. It is another chance to become better than we were yesterday. It is another chance to create impact, build relationships, and contribute positively to our communities. And today, I want to talk about a subject that has changed my life. And this is actually because I am a big networker. I am huge. I network locally, internationally, and now I'm networking in the community, finding something that I can be able to, to add to that is going to be impactful. And this, when you network for success, to influence, what are we influencing? Becoming valuable to others. How are we going to do this? Many people think networking is about collecting contacts. We've talked about networking. Networking is a very, very big subject. We've talked about it several times, and we continue talking about it because we are in the networking space. So it's not about collecting contacts. People collect, they collect phone numbers, they collect business cards, they collect LinkedIn, connections. They will even say, oh, please, what is your LinkedIn, link? I want to connect with you. Why do you want to connect with me? So if you're on LinkedIn and you're watching this, or you can watch it later, please connect positively, connect, with impact. Let's see, what are you writing? What is it that you're passionate about? So we can be able to talk about it. So don't just collect, Facebook friends, but collecting contacts is not networking. The question is, how many times or how many lives have you impacted through your network? How many lives have you impacted through your networks? How many opportunities have you created for others? How many people trust you enough to recommend you when you are not in the room? That is influence. That is big, big influence. Influence is not about position. And, let me say this actually, because I've been thinking about it. It's not, influence is not about position. Remember, I was conferred with National Productivity Ambassador. It was a position that was conferred to me, but it's got nothing to do with what I do. I have got impact in there. So even if the position is taken off as someone who has joined politics, because then you cannot relate with government, positions. I haven't stopped what I've been doing, because for me, that's all I do all the time. It was not about the position. It's about me impacting in the space of productivity. I've been doing positive vibes. This is what actually brought me to this stage. It's because of the positive vibes that we do every day. And every day I would go take, what am I doing today? And I also ask the community, what are you doing today? So it just fitted in. So it's just to drop the title and remain your impact person, because that's who I am. I'm an influencer. I influence on the space of productivity. I'm a productivity activist. I do things that I want to impact others. So it doesn't matter the position. What matters is, how am I impacting? I am using the same platforms. I am using everything that I need to use. I am being who I am every single day. I am being who I am every single day. The change agent of choice, the personal development consultant, the productivity activist. That's who I am, and that's my space for impact. So influence is not about titles. Who are you without the title that you have? So for me, I am Dr. Sunshine. I am Sylvia Beamwansa. I am SBM. That's my brand. And no one can take it away from me, because I impact through that. I walk my talk. That's who I am. I influence my space from home. And I use just the wheel of life to impact in each and every area of life. So it's not about titles. Influence is not about followers. Influence is about value. What value am I creating? I know I create value every single day. I'm impacting others, starting from the people that I work with. Just this morning, I was saying, oh, I can hear your croaky voice. What is it that you've done? So there was also an opportunity to impact. I said, no, this is June. We also have to dress up like June, because that's what it is. People are influenced by people who consistently add value to their lives. When I look back at my own journey, many of the opportunities I have received did not come because I was looking for them. They came because of relationships built over years, over many years. Relationships built through service. I always give credit to Lady Circle and Round Table, because through that service, that's how come, even when I'm going to these communities, I am confident that I am going to solve a problem. I'm going to be impacted, because this is what I've been doing the last 40 years. I started doing service in 1985 when our daughter was born. So from that time, when people come, to see your baby, they introduce you to this platform. And from that time, I have never missed a meeting. I obey the rules. I get the value that is there. When you go to the Lady Circle space, whether I am there or not, I have an impact. That's the impact that I have made. The impact that I've made in my own club. The very day that I joined, Lady Circle number 1 in 1985, I became a secretary. I became a secretary writing minutes because that was natural, my career. My first training was secretarial. So naturally, wherever I am, I do notes. And I can do notes with my training, whether I was writing them or not, I'll come and reproduce because I trained as a note taker. I trained as an administrator. I trained even the upcoming business administration. It is about you, taking notes. It's about you doing things. Master in business administration is about you meeting those gaps. Doctor in business administration is about you meeting the gaps. So my journey has been that of development, of impact. Even when I saw that I do train, I do everything, I had to go and when we started to develop the module or training mindset change in change management, I had to go for training to train as a teacher, teaching methodology. I did train on that. When I was, as vice president of Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the first woman to hold that position in the country, they say, because at Zaki there's a lot of, opportunities to impact, the entrepreneurs, but we had to learn how to arbitrate. So I went to train as an arbitrator, and this is for me. Sometimes you think that you're doing this to solve a problem, but you're also changing the way you think about things, the way you relate with things, and just the way you want to interact. So that because these positions they finish, but the things that you have gained out of that, the opportunities that you had out of that position, they don't finish. So when they call you to go and train, and your institution is not paying, even that arbitration, the training, I paid myself because it is knowledge that is coming to me. I'm not going to leave it in my office. But a lot of people, if the institution is not training them, they don't want to train. It's like the institution owes them. No, the institution does not owe you. You owe it to yourself as someone who is personally developing, yourself. So try and pay yourself into these development, studies so that you can be able to be better than before. Because when you interact with people, when you interact, knowingly that this is what I want, the doors just open for them. It made me meet people during all these trainings. You can imagine my schoolmates, my college mates. I've had maybe six colleges and universities, put together where there are so many people. So it means I am networking with those people. And because you are not looking for them, they come to you. These opportunities, they come because of relationships built over many years, relationships built through service. And this is what I am trying to share with you, that whatever you're doing, someone is looking. Relationships built through showing up, like I have done on this platform for 5 years, showing up every day, whether I've traveled, whether I've gone where there's time difference. I'll be in America. I just stay on until the time comes, because there is all this big time difference. When I'm in UK, there's time difference. When I'm in everywhere where I am, where there's time difference, I just adjust, because time is time. There's no Zambian time. There's no any other time is time. And I want to actually challenge you on timekeeping. If there's something that I value most about me, is timekeeping. And sometimes I have to be told to chill. Like in this space of a political space where people are used to waiting for this one, holding room and this and that. I find it so strange. So I say, okay, I'm going to be in that area so that the moment you say come, I'm just a stone throw away and I'll be there as you wish. So we don't keep people waiting. People are standing up. People are there waiting for you as if you own their time. No one owns your time. Each and every person is owning their own time. is owning their own time. And those ones listening to me today, you own your time, you own your space. Just take time to build it. Take time to build it. And relationships built through integrity are great. Relationships built through keeping your word, those are the ones that are valuable. Relationships built through helping others succeed, they are number one. The opportunities come later. And a lot of people, especially young people, and anyone that what I've experienced is people want to be paid upfront. Before they do anything, they want money. They want, what are you going to give me? Give me, then I will do. No. First, show your value. Then people are going to see you, and sometimes you even paid more because people value you. People value your time. People are ready to actually be with you because of the things that you are doing. So, when value comes first, you actually have integrity, people believe you, and people see you in that space. So today, many people ask me, Dr. Sunshine, how have you managed to build networks across Zambia and around the world? The answer is simple. I never focused on what I could get. I focused on what I could give. Whether in Ladies Circle, in Agora, Chambers of Commerce, the Institute of Directors, entrepreneurship platforms, educational institutions, or community activities, my focus has always been, how can I contribute? How can I contribute? In fact, I find it so challenging, like now where I have to ask for people to support me in this journey of being a member of parliament. I've found it so hard. I am, writing why I'm doing this, hoping that people can see value and then they contribute backwards. So it is such a very, very difficult, space to be, because people don't understand. When I go in the field and I tell them, I don't have a t-shirt, I don't have a chitenge, but when somebody gives me, I'm going to bring. And this is what has been happening, where, I was so lucky that people saw value in me. The United National Independence Party, which is not even contesting any seats. They're just supporting people with value. They recognized me and said, okay, here you are. We've got the chitenge that we did print, but I'm sure because it's just a chitenge, and for me, I'm just like Zambian. So, and the chitenge has got Zambian colors. I said, oh, thank you so much. This is what I need, because people want chitenge. They don't want the words that are on it. They want a chitenge to wear. Why do they want it? It's best known to themselves. They want, we cannot say no. Why do you want this? Because that is the norm. Until such time that we teach them, we work together and say, what is this thing that is giving you value? What is it? Or, do you want this value? Or what is on the ground that I can actually do? Chitenge plus t-shirt is 50 kwacha. What can that 50 kwacha do to you personally? Instead of a chitenge, which, after the elections, it will be useless, because when nowadays we see people are wearing odd, party regalia, which is okay, because, they're still the same human beings. But I think it doesn't even make sense for you to be walking around with those when the thing, because even when we were learning, because I've had to learn a lot, I even learned that when you print these things, when the elections are over, you have to take out all those posters, you have to take out everything. So why would you invest so much in the things that you're going to destroy? And it's so much money that is getting into this. But until such time, maybe 2031, when we would have actually been in there and seeing, the value, then we can say, okay, this is the way that we should be able to do this. We will be able to influence, the things that are good on the ground. If all this money that is being put into campaigns can be put into just cleaning the drainage. Okay, let's clean. Let's pay someone. Let's pay a service provider to clean this. You are empowering a Zambian. You are empowering someone is work. You are empowering the things that they do. You are empowering them to make a difference. But you go to them, give me money for campaign. And then they don't even have, I know as an entrepreneur, as a business person, People are struggling everywhere. People are struggling. When you ask, can you support me? They actually show you that they haven't made money in such, a long time. The only money that they make, it goes to salaries. It's the sunk costs, rent, salaries, repressing, the goods. And you see, even in small things, like I was looking at the grocery of my people in my area, just here opposite our home, where it says, why are you talking these things that destroy people? I know it's because people come, they are not eating. So they, it affects them. But if they have eaten, it's okay. So for me, I'm saying, why don't we put that money into eating and not to come and buy something that is going to destroy you? At the end of the day, you have to be taken on a wheelbarrow because you've got no energy, because the energy you drank, alcohol that is not even good for your body. But because of the environment that we live in, people are just going to crave for that. If they can crave, say, easy noodles, I was even saying, easy noodles, it's something, because I know when we're having the sickle cell clinics, she always used to support me with the noodles. And after the break time, instead of people having a drink which is acidic, we just say, okay, we will carry a tea, go and make the tea and the hot water and put in the noodles. It's a meal. And I was saying, oh wow, how little things can make life easy for everyone. So instead of selling those things, instead of doing all these things that don't have value, why not do things that are adding value? And I know this because influencing people, having an impact in sickle cell space, have been doing sickle cell advocacy for my son, who is a warrior, is 38. He's gonna be 37. So for 37 years, I've been in that space of sickle cell. I know what is good for them. And sometimes it's just little things. Keep warm, like it's June, keep warm. Wear double layer clothing. Because if they don't keep warm, it's like the blood even gets, the sickles in the blood gets, stuck so quickly. So it's those things that we have to be talking about. We go to these hospitals, we go to the centers, we go into the communities. It's June. Can you donate some blankets, to me, so we can go and take in the communities? I think it's going to make a very big impact than us just buying t-shirts, chitenge. I understand, the community centers where we have to collect people. When they go and speak your value, then when they come back, they have to eat. And that is the money that, for me, I would like to have, so that I can feed the people that are helping me speak, helping me take the message out there, helping me manage the things that we need to be managing, so that we can be able to move from, negativity to positivity and making things happen, whatever we're doing. So we have to be focused always. My focus is always, how can I contribute? How can I serve? How can I make this better? That is where influence begins. Influence is earned. You cannot just be saying, oh, I'm influential. Yes, maybe you're influential in walking naked, but, because everyone will see you, and you have influence that maybe walking naked is okay, and when it is not, but you have influenced in a bad way. So can we influence in a good way, so that influence is earned, influence is not demanded? Recently, many people were surprised when I decided to stand as an aspiring member of parliament for Chilanga South constituency. For me, this journey has become a practical lesson on networking and influence. As I move around communities carrying out fact-finding activities, I'm learning something very, very important. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. I have met marketeers, I have met youths, I have met business owners, I've met families, and especially families. It was like you can actually shed a tear when someone is actually talking about, oh, my family is this. I've got this child who is sitting in here who has got papers. So I've given them homework already. I've said, do a database. Write for me who you are, what you have trained in, where your competencies are, and if you've got a skill that you have not, used, let me know. Then we see from there, we can see how we can start, exercising those, those challenges. Because if you just sit and say, oh, my child actually did carpentry, but they know how to do hair, they know how to do makeup. That's big business. Everyone wants to look good. You know how to plait hair. How are people going to know that you know how to plait hair? For me, that is where we know where I will come in, to make people know that you plait hair, to make people know that you are now certified, because that is recognition of prior learning. When people know things as a TVET institution owner, I know that those things can make money, because once you have a skill, today you got, just like I was telling you, we had a tap burst. Who did we call? A plumber. Did we call a big engineer to come and start explaining, oh, because your route, this is what happened? We called a plumber. 5 a.m. we discovered that the water was pouring out. The tank was empty. The whole tank, 30,000 liters, was in the house. Who did we call? A plumber. That plumber, has he gone to school? No. It's something that they learned from their parents. They go with them everywhere they are learning. So what are you learning from your parents? You parents, what value are you creating in your children? What can we do together to make it better? And I think these are some of the things. So I met the families, I have met community leaders, I have listened, I have observed, I have learned, I have asked questions. The greatest gift we can give people is not always money. Sometimes the greatest gift is listening. People want to be heard. People want to be respected. People want, they want to feel they matter. That is influence. And when we are talking influence starts when people feel seen, heard, and valued. I even heard, okay, my child has done this. I mean, how can I feel to be a petrol attendant? But who did you tell that your son is past grade 12? And in fact, if people have passed grade 12, they can sit in parliament, because that is the only thing that is required, a grade 12, certificate. And almost, the people that have met, they are grade 12, but they are drinking, they are not adding value. And those are the people that we can find ourselves in parliament. They go there with a vengeance that, no one is listening to me. Let me just go into parliament. And because they are popular in their area where they drink, they can come up and be a member of parliament. But what are we doing then? Is we are taking people into those positions because they are the ones who are not politically exposed persons. And I even learned about politically exposed persons. I'd never heard of it. The list that I had was, because, obviously I've stayed with someone who worked with politicians, and I didn't know it was so critical about someone who has, who is a politically exposed person. I did not even think that it impacted even simple people like myself. It will impact me, somebody who is not even in a politician, somebody who is actually working to add value into the community, a politically exposed person. So you cannot speak on behalf of the ministry. Wow. I said, oh wow. And these are the things that we really need to move away from. We must be able to put value on something. Is it, what are you speaking that is against the values of whatever it is? What is it that you're speaking that is against? But if you are speaking value, you are speaking productivity, how can it be linked to a politically exposed person? I think that's not, the correct way of doing things. And that's why we need to change some of these things. We need to unlearn them. If they're not adding value, unlearn it. Put things that are adding value so that we can see value that we are going to be creating. Many people want influence without value, and that influence is not what we want. We want influence that adds value. Many people want results without service. Many want recognition without contribution. The mindset change process teaches us that sustainable success starts from within him. If I cannot change me, I cannot change anyone. Before people trust you, they observe you. Before people follow you, they study you. Before people support you, they assess your consistency. Influence is therefore a result of character. Let me share 5 ways to move from networking to influence. Today, I'm going to just go a little bit, maybe 5 minutes before, after 20, because I just want to give you these 5 points and then we can call it a day. Number 1, become reliable. Do what you say you will do. Reliability builds trust. Trust builds influence. Many opportunities are lost because people fail in small, commitments. They fail just these small commitments. You say you are going to be there at 10. You are not there at 10. For me, you already failed. You have already failed. So let's, have these small, become reliable so that they say. And I tell you, even when I had an accident doing this, ladies' circle thing, went to prepare for children's Christmas party. And I had an accident when going back to pick the kids now to come to the party. I had an accident. Everyone knew there was something wrong with me because I am reliable. I am on time. People knew there was something wrong with me. And for sure, I had this accident. And for the very first time, my children didn't receive Christmas gifts because the Christmas gifts were at home, but someone had to pick them to take them to the party without, the gifts. That's when they even knew that, okay, Father Christmas, it does not have these, gifts. The mummies give Father Christmas, the gifts, then they give you. So now they know, please don't forsake because Father Christmas is not going to give us gifts. You see, it tied now to something that I influenced because I was reliable. So the second one is become useful. Ask yourself every day, what problems can I help solve? People remember problem solvers. Value attracts opportunities. And this is why we are saying become useful. The third one is become visible through action. Do not simply talk. Act. And you see, ACT is an acronym of Action Changes Things. Action changes things. I declared 2026 as the year of action in my institution and in the people that are around us. And these, things, it's why I even decided, to stand as a member of parliament, independent. I need to act on something instead of just making, people say, oh, the people, what is it that you're doing? So action creates evidence. People believe what they see. Monkey see, monkey do. It's a big thing that is in the space of productivity. Number 4, become interested in others. Become interested in others. You can be typing these things out so that other people who would miss this, when they come on the platform, they will be able to see them. Become interested in others. Most people enter conversations thinking about themselves. Influential people become genuinely interested in others. Ask questions. Listen deeply. Learn continuously. Me, I'm a continuous learner. And if my father was here today, he would be so pleased with me because he had girls only. And he just insisted, I want my children to go to, to go to college, not just end at Form 5. What is Form 5? Anyone can be Form 5. He said that, and that was in the 70s. I want my children to actually go to college. Go to college. And he made sure, because he had 9 girls to himself. 9. 5, 4, 9. 9 girls. So he said, he used to question even the person that was going to marry you. He would sign. If I remember our elder sister, after grade 12, somebody to marry her came. My father said, sign here that you're going to take my daughter to college. And he signed a treaty and he made sure that it was taken. And just instead of just taking her to college with it, he actually took her to college in Nairobi. And my father was very, very happy at Eva Umiava, who keep word. So if you're a man out there and you've got children, or even you as a father, how proud are you with your kids? There are some fathers who are so empty in the head that they expect the mother to do everything. These absentee fathers, they marry today, they have got kids, they are not responsible. That is actually being useless in the brain. So what value are you creating from where you are? where you are, if you are a daddy, make sure that your children, that you've got their back. This, when children are growing up, that's when you're adding value. If today you're not even adding value to your own kids, who do you expect is going to add value to them? Who do you expect is going to add value to them? Think about it deeply. Number 5, build before you need. Build before you need. The worst time to build relationships is when you desperately need something. That is the worst time. When you desperately need something. When you desperately need something, that's when you want to start building relationships. It's a waste time. Build relationships consistently. Serve consistently. Support consistently. The harvest comes later. One of the lessons from my productivity activism journey is that no contribution is too small. No contribution is too small. When you sit out there and you think contributing to this thing is small. And I remember one of my aunties, she's in Kasama, each time that we had a family bereavement and we call for contribution, she always never used to put that, I don't have. Can 50 kwacha be something that I can contribute? And then she lost a child. And we all contributed 150, 100 to teach her a lesson that money multiplies. Money adds up. And at the end of the day, we, the Nkunde family, we are many. At the end of the day, we had a beautiful funeral, everything paid for, from the small amounts put together. That made a very big difference. And this is what I'm even saying to my people out there. As I'm standing for Member of Parliament, I'm saying, anyone who is going to come to my funeral, pay me now, give me my flowers. I need those flowers now so I can make a difference in my campaign. I can do small things that are there. I don't need someone to give me all the money, but small money coming from someone will add up. And when it adds up, it is going to serve a purpose. So there is no relationship which is too small. No act of kindness too small. No opportunity to save is too small. Every contribution matters. Every connection matters. Every positive action matters. Small actions accumulate into big things. Small relationships grow. I have, these relationships that I'm making in Chilanga South, they are growing. Every day I've got a bigger crowd. We just started with a few people, sitting, asking questions. Now almost, the team is growing. In each ward, 60 people, 20 men, 20 women, and 20 youth. Youth, female and male, because we don't want to leave anyone behind. And those 60 are the leaders in each ward. So we are contributing, to these small things that we're doing, and we are growing. So that is what it is. So every connection matters. Every possible action matters. Small actions accumulate. Small relationships grow. Small opportunities multiply. Over time, influence is built. As we begin this new month, I challenge you to stop asking, who can help me? Ask instead, who can I help? Stop asking, what can I get? Start asking, what value can I create? Stop collecting contacts. Start building meaningful relationships. Stop chasing influence. Start creating value. Influence will follow. As I contribute or continue my journey of productivity activism and community engagement, I'm reminded every day that true leadership is service. Leadership is listening. Leadership is learning. Leadership is helping others become better. Leadership is creating hope. Hope, in this case, for Chilanga constituency. Leadership is creating opportunities. Leadership is helping people discover that they are capable of more than they think. What they are capable of more than they think. This is my hope for Chilanga South, that you have got more than you think. That is why I continue to say, mindset change is possible all the time. Mindset change is possible, and there's enough for everyone. Productivity is possible. Transformation is possible. A better Zambia is possible. A better Chilanga South is possible. A better you is possible. As we enter June, let us move forward with discipline, responsibility, accountability, and action. Let us become, valuable to others. I want you to go with this. Let us become valuable to others. Let us become solution providers. Let us become people whose presence creates positive impact, because together our light will shine brighter. When you light somebody's candle, candle is my symbol. When you light somebody's candle, yours will not diminish. You keep on lighting. I light yours, you light somebody else. I light yours, you light somebody else's. And at the end of the day, there will be a big bright light, starting with Chilanga South and then going all the way into Zambia. I thank you for listening to me, and I bless you. And as I, ask for your blessings, God bless you. There's enough for everyone, and be able to chill every day of our lives. Thank you so much for joining us today.